And now, your First Alert 5 weather.
And welcome back, everyone. Well, it took some time for that warmth to be fully realized today, but thanks to longer days and more direct sunlight due to a higher sun angle, finally into the mid-60s in spite of seeing partly to mostly cloudy skies. For Pueblo, a little more sunshine here for the Riverwalk than what we're seeing in Colorado Springs. Current temperature at 65 degrees. Winds are light. Humidity relatively high considering it's the middle of the afternoon, running at about 29%. 27% humidity, the number here in Canyon City. Southwest winds at 11 with the outside temperature at 64 degrees. And finally, we'll take you east to La Junta. A beautiful afternoon here where the current temperature is at 71. Now take a look at the changes to the forecast. Very strong area of low pressure will ride along the Canadian-U.S. border. And even though we're going to be too far south to get any appreciable amounts of moisture for the plains and the I-25 corridor, this is going to be a significant producer of strong, potentially damaging wind gusts. So I want you to pay attention closely here in southern Colorado. Take a look at the first warning we're going to go through. This is a high wind warning, goes into effect at noon for the I-25 corridor, the Arkansas River Valley. Those go into effect earlier in the morning, though, up across the mountain regions and the San Luis Valley. Mountain gusts could be as high as 60 to 80 miles an hour tomorrow. For the plains and I-25 corridor, we're expecting gusts around 40 to 60. And for South El Paso County, which does include the Springs and the Fort Carson area, we will be under red flag warnings from 11 a.m. till 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Fire danger also high across eastern parts of Los Animas County. Also included in this warning is Baca County. Then the fire weather risk does expand to include pretty much all of the I-25 corridor, all of the eastern plains, pretty much the eastern half of the state and the San Luis Valley on Wednesday, with a fire weather watch projected to go into effect at 11 a.m. So let's break down the wind gust looking forward. Take a look at Monday night. This is this evening at 11. Already expecting those strong winds to surface out across the mountains. I think by around the lunch hour and into the afternoon, they really start to crank across the interstate and the plains. Again, anywhere between about 40 to 55, 40 to 60 miles per hour is a general ballpark range. By tomorrow night, sunset, I think the winds begin to weaken. Maybe a brief little period of some calmer conditions in the overnight hours, except for the eastern plains. And then those winds crank back up, a more of a northwesterly direction as we head towards Wednesday afternoon, then more of a northerly direction as we head towards Thursday. Still very windy through the middle of the week, but I think the winds are dropped down a few notches, maybe gusting around 30 to 50. Instead of the 40 to 60 mile per hour gust we could potentially see tomorrow. Overnight lows tonight with the breezes picking up. They'll be relatively mild, only down to the 40s for La Junta and Pueblo, 42 in the Springs, 36 one of the cooler spots in Woodland Park. Highs tomorrow, the warm before we get some colder temperatures behind a cold front on Tuesday. So we'll see 60s and 70s in most areas across the southeast plains. Take a look at your super 7-day forecast. We're going 3 on that impact scale. That's a 3 out of 5 due to the potential for damaging wind gusts that could top 60 miles an hour in some places. We also mentioned the high fire danger with that red flag warning going into effect at 11 a.m. We are cooler behind that front on Tuesday, 50s with lots of gusty wind through at least Thursday, and then more wind potential, springtime winds from another storm Sunday to Monday of next week. For Pueblo, at least 3 consecutive days with strong and powerful winds. Tomorrow's gust could be damaging, up near 60 miles per hour across that part of the Arkansas River Valley. Also very gusty winds into Canyon City. Could see some isolated gusts here, maybe approaching the 65 mile per hour range, and still windy but a little less strong as we make our way into Wednesday and Thursday. For Woodland Park, gust here also quite powerful. As the front drops in around the lunch hour, can't rule out a few widely scattered snow showers in addition to the wind, but not expecting much in the way of accumulation. Wind, the big story though, looking ahead. Diane.